Welcome to the stream. Hello, Lark. How goes it? Reporting in. Checking in. Hello, Blue Bunny. How are you? I'm not gonna lie. In my brain, when I see it from like the corner of my eye, I always want to say Bad Bunny. But Blue Bunny, hello. Jer Bear, hi. How are ya? What is up? So I hope that everybody has had a pretty good week. Did you have a good week? I see you're starting to buffer episodes. Good call. Yes. So for those who maybe haven't seen social media, I have made a decision to get some work done during the month of March without the, I guess, stress or without the push to put out the episode immediately. So new episodes of Space Ultima will be going live on April 1st. So, yes. Let's see. Spectrum Gamer. Hey, how are ya? I used to watch you around 2 years ago. I took a long break from Twitch and wanted to hop on and check in on the streamers I used to watch. Hello, Spectrum. Welcome back. Super cool. Nice. Yes, it is. Honestly, I feel like at the same time that you took a break, I also took a break. Highly likely, but that's super cool. Yeah, it's nice to check in on people. Feels nice to be checked in on, doing our art thing and whatnot. Why are you standing like this? Can you sit in my lap, please? See, which isn't an April Fool's joke, I promise. Exactly. Yeah, I was just like, it's great that April is the beginning of next month, which is when, you know, I'm coming back into posting my episodes and whatnot. So, it is not a joke, I promise. But hopefully my episode being released can help distract from all the other internet practical jokes, because I don't know what it is, but something about, or is it? Something about the internet and how it has run with April Fools. And it's almost like you have to avoid the internet for a whole week, because there's just so much like purposeful misinformation of, you know, brands that are announcing some special thing, even to the point where it's not even like funny anymore, I guess. It's kind of obvious that April Fool's Day has become fully focused on brands just putting their name in your mind. I'm currently making bracelets for a concert have coming up in the next 7 months. I like preparing months before. I have around 50 so far. Ooh, what concert is it? Yeah, I think that's something super cool that's been happening lately. Now, I could be wrong. I know it was popularized by the Taylor Swift Eras concert tour, where people were making like bracelets with different sayings and things on it, and then they would like trade with other people. And then I saw at like some showings of like the Barbie movie, people were doing that too. I love that. I think it's so fun to spread, you know, kindness and fun and just like make an event out of it. Silence brand. Yeah. Get the what is it called? Get the silence brand crab out there. Me when I purposefully spread misinformation on the internet. So I guess for Locke, it is 365 when he is posting pranks online. I'm going to the Melina Martinez trilogy tour. I went to her Portals tour last year, and it was 10 out of 10. I was in the pit, and finna be in the pit. I don't know if anybody else knows that meme. And was halfway in the crowd, so I had an amazing view. The girl next to me was filming with her Nintendo DS. I was just memeing. Too earnest for my own good. Me too. Sometimes I feel like I'm too genuine to be on the internet. I'll see something and I'm like, yes. These are pure intentions. Yeah, I haven't listened to Melanie. Oh my gosh, did I say Melina? Melanie Martinez, sorry. I haven't listened to their work in a really long time. But that's super cool to know that they're still out there doing stuff. And Nintendo DS recordings. So I went to a rave at a con and I saw the same thing. I got video of it. I was like, that is so cool. First of all, props for still having one. And also, I'm sure the quality of it gives it that kind of cool retro tech feel. I'm usually the first to dispel or debunk misinformation in my social circle. Yeah, I feel like that's needed more these days. I kind of wait for the dust to settle around certain things. I think it depends on just how much information is out there, that maybe it's like, okay, we should probably wait for more details to come out. I think the best thing I saw was someone holding up the Josh Hutcherson edit meme. Oh my gosh. What channel was it? I think I saved it. So that Josh Hutcherson, you have to like really enunciate. Josh Hutcherson meme became such a big thing. Obviously, it's reached him by now. I don't think I saved it to my phone, but an actual like TV channel that like, you know, airs movies and like I think it was like E! News or E! Entertainment, and the commercial was literally the whistle meme. So they're just full on embracing it now. I feel like that's a great thing that the internet has created. A week ago, there was fake news spreading that there were escaped prisoners terrorizing the city. Stay indoors at night. I only did a few seconds of Googling to see the city government debunked it. Actually, bookmark that, because there's another thing that I find kind of similar to that scenario. See, while we're waiting, I was holding up my phone while I was playing FNAF 1, and everyone kept telling me what to do and the camera and what camera to go to. It was so fun. That sounds like a blast. I don't care how old that game gets or how much that game's been out. I feel like I can never not be freaked out by it. I was watching Brittany Broski play FNAF 1 and 2 for the very first time, and I was just cracking up because of how she's responding. But it's not any different than me, because, okay, so I had played the VR Five Nights at Freddy's, and when I tell you, I was like, every second, I was like, camera, 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 camera. Like, I am checking the cameras by the second. I ain't letting these guys jump me. And so it is a game that is like, from the surface, somebody's like, how is this scary? There's some real fear that's put into that game. I only have around 50 pieces of merch, including a bunch of masks I made. The entire left side of my room is FNAF, and I also made the door and light button for my light switch. Oh, and that's cool. You should play video games on stream again. I think that would be cool. I had actually considered definitely playing FNAF because I feel like you guys have not been subjected to me playing that game. And I would say that's probably qualifies as good entertainment. But yeah, back to the debunking thing. So, and this will go into, I guess, the conversation portion where I actually draw while conversating. So there was like, oh, FNAF is a hard game for stream, to stream for long term, I think. I mean, it would be more or less like a goofy, like one-off thing. I thought the other day, like, if I were to do a game stream again, it would be called like my unproductive chill streams, because I wouldn't be drawing. Anyway, so going back to the debunking, there was an incident that happened. I don't remember when it happened. Hold on, let me find out so I can just have a little bit of facts behind this. Okay, it was in Miami around January. Wow. Okay, yeah, it was like right in the new year. Also, let me know if my volume gets too low, because I had to move my microphone a little bit away from me because apparently my microphone and my Apple Pencil don't get along, which whatever. Okay, so there was a news story that broke, and it happened in Miami. I want to say it was a shopping mall, yeah. And beginning of January, so like as soon as the new year happened. And literally all hell broke loose at this mall in Miami. Now, there are a lot of different reports that claim a variety of things, but the big key issue about just all the havoc that was going on was the fact that you literally had a humongous amount of cops arrive at the scene. Let me try to find the photo at least so you guys can get an idea. Like, so the real big, like, reason everybody's eyebrows were raised was that when you see how many cops arrived at the call, you would be pretty flabbergasted. Let me do the, where is it, desktop? Whoa, wrong desktop, hold on. Where did I put it? Where is my freaking... I just want it on my Safari. There we go. Okay. Okay, so you see literally an entire road full of cops that show up to the scene of this crime. And obviously, if an incident happens at a shopping mall, you would definitely wonder, okay, what's going on? You know, they're arriving at the scene of the crime. But the magnitude of how many cops showed up was so much where you can't tell me, now this is my personal belief, you can't tell me that it was just an altercation. Like, I get it, you know, unfortunately America is notorious for mass hootings, and I don't mean that, you know what I mean. So that being said, it's just like, oh my gosh, why are there so many cops arriving on the scene? And so apparently there was like a lot of theories as to what was happening. And one of the theories, of course, obviously fell into the fact that it was probably like something kind of paranormal, something regarding things that are not natural of this world or whatever. And the problem with it is that, one, mass shootings. Yes. The problem with it is that, okay, why don't we have any evidence? So, okay, let me read some of the chat first real quick. It says, oh yeah, I heard about the supposed alien mole. There is 20 to 30 cop cars or more, way more than 30. Bro, the aliens wanted to get a new Gucci sweater. Leave it alone. No need for 100 cops. Yeah. So it was like, I think there were some speculations, official-ish reports. I say ish because, you know, they want to say, cover up some stuff, I guess. Is that it was like an altercation among teenagers. Now, other reports say that the teenagers, hello guns, what is up? We're talking about aliens, so hey Haru, what's up? We're talking about aliens. The gang's all here. The funniest thing to me is the only people scared of aliens are our government. It's true. So like, there were a lot of issues with the reports. Now, one, they said that a group of teenagers got into an altercation. Also heard something about them setting off fireworks in a mall, which fireworks do sound very similar to, they sound alike. So, okay, you're responding to a scene. But this is probably the most response ever. Now, the teenagers themselves claim they saw something otherworldly. They saw something otherworldly. Now, if teenagers are claiming they saw something otherworldly, and the amount of cops arrived at the scene in over 100 or more, why don't we have any footage of it? Yeah, the Miami alien thing. So why don't we have any footage? Because the other thing too, and we might have footage, I'm gonna be honest, this thing happened, and obviously it happened in January, and it's been ages since I've even thought about it until now. I think the funny thing too is that people, like all of the conspiracy TikTokers, were like, something crazy is happening in Miami, and this is what they don't want you to know about it. Like pretty much that whole deal. But yeah, it's just very interesting because the footage that did come out about it was like really bad. And oh, I'm not gonna lie, personally, the quote-unquote footage I saw of like everything was all from the outside of the mall. It was all from the outside, capturing the amount of cop cars. And then it was like really, it was footage that was also kind of reaching. So I don't know. Obviously, the amount of cops that showed up is more than maybe usual, which obviously raises some signs, but definitely felt like half of the internet was like in two different camps. Either they fully believed this was real, or they believed that maybe it wasn't real, but there was something suspect about what was going on, being the cop amount. Even if a firework set off, or if something else happened, there was never been that many cops. If there is footage, how do we know it's not AI generated? Nothing is real anymore. I live there, ironically. I can tell you I haven't seen any aliens yet. 100% believe that it wasn't exactly an alien, but something otherworldly at least. I'm not sure what, but there's no reason that many cops would be at a mall for fireworks, or even if there was something worse. I mean, you've got things like, you know, unfortunate events that I won't name in particular, but unfortunate events that have happened in the United States in which people or cops would show up in that amount. But then also too, you didn't see any ambulances. You didn't see, I don't know. I might need to do off stream some more research. Maybe we can do a little bit of an update regarding that, because that's a really big curiosity that has stumped a lot of people. Wow, it was my first time hearing about this. At the very least, they'd be around 20 SWAT cars. But yeah, like, why is it that something of that magnitude also doesn't have a lot of people who... Because here's the thing, you know, everything is caught on camera now. Like, in this world that we live in right now, there are so many things caught on camera, and you're gonna get somebody's reaction. You're gonna get somebody, you know, recording, having their camera out and ready to go. I feel like there's just a lack of that. So my theory, we've got a Stranger Things level situation on our hands. I say we have a Stranger Things level threat in which the shopping mall incident possibly has occurred. A Demogorgon of some type has unleashed itself on our world. And the police used a MIB level apparatus in order to distract and erase mentally all of our phones and minds. Okay, she's not doing that yet. Let's see here. The thing I don't understand is a few years ago, I can't remember when, but the Russia NASA team confirmed aliens existed, but no one batted an eye until America did the same. It's very hard to commit a crime nowadays without leaving a trace. Please not a Vecna. A neuralizer. Yeah. Technically it is possible, we just don't believe it is because there's no trace of the crime. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It is definitely not impossible. There are a lot of things that go unexplained. Speaking of aliens, I really have not had too many otherworldly experiences in my life, mostly because I feel like, knowing me, it would just break my brain. So the universe just decides not to put that load on me. There's no proof it didn't happen. Exactly. But that being said, when I was younger, I don't know if I told this story or not, but I used to have like a huge fear of the X-Files theme song. I have a large belief in ghosts for multiple reasons, personal encounters, etc. And see, that's okay. So let me talk about the theme song, and then we can definitely talk about some spooky stuff. You got me in a death grip, girl. So when I was younger, I used to live in Germany. And depending on where you are in the world, you know, it's that time of year in, I want to say December-ish, where your days are shorter. So your days are shorter, and because of that, in the morning it would be dark until like about 7 or 8 a.m. And of course, living in Germany, it would be dark pretty late into the day. especially around like the winter time. And it's not even that scary of a story. It's just that one day I woke up and, you know, you put on your cartoons, you put on your kid shows. I was watching Sesame Street, and literally that day, the theme, they would theme each episode of Sesame Street after an episode or out of a letter in the alphabet. And on that day, it was the letter X, and the letter X was this alien. And every time the letter X would come on the screen, they would play this really eerie, off-putting song, which was the X-Files theme song, because it was like, what, the late 90s. So I'm just like sitting there in the dark when this really weird, like, xylophone-y sounding. Oh, that was the other thing. The instrument of the day was xylophone because it started with X. So that pretty much traumatized me, and for a very long time growing up, every time I heard the theme song to X-Files, I would get chills up my spine, because it was just such a song that was so, it just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I can listen to it now. Obviously, I'm not trying to like put, you know, 3-hour X-Files theme song to sleep and study to. Like, I'm not doing that, of course. Yeah, even as you type that out, Locke, I completely can hear it in my mind. But I am much better now. I would say because of immersion therapy, I have done a pretty good job of getting over it mostly. But okay, let me see what's in the chat because it's blowing up. Let's see. Locke says paranormal activity has higher occurrences with people who actively look for them. Aliens probably exist, but I don't think we've reached the point of being able to properly observe them. Says aliens in theory are fascinating. I personally believe we are not alone. As much as I would like an alien encounter, part of me is scared they might be like how Prometheus or Dead Space is. Yeah, that's true. I think that's the biggest hang up among the Discovery, is that you don't know what they're going to be like. Are they going to be hostile? Are they going to be like us? Are they going to be completely peaceful? It says, in my old apartment, anytime I woke up, I had a bruise or scratch marks and used to get a ton of night terrors and nightmares, but the minute we get a new house, it stops. Apart from extremely low quality images and videos of UFOs, where you could hardly make out what's going on, even in modern phones. Yeah, it's kind of convenient how that happens sometimes. I haven't had any paranormal encounters that I know of, ? I did, however, used to have really bad sleep paralysis when I was younger. It would be like me sleeping and feeling a dark, evil entity watching me while I can't move. Yo. Watch as it becomes common space for everyone to wear Vision Pros or something similar. It's only gonna get crazier. Black Mirror all over again. Yeah. So all of that is super interesting, you guys. Thank you for writing that in the chat. I can see a lot of interesting validity to it. Personally, for me, I am probably the definition of a person in the middle. If you guys are familiar with Ghost Files, or formerly BuzzFeed Unsolved, which I'm a huge fan of, both their previous and current content. I actually got to see them live when they did their tour, but something that I find funny is they constantly joke people who are kind of both a Shaniac and a Bugara. So Shaniacs are basically based off of one of the hosts named Shane, who he is complete skeptic, and then Bugaras are people, Oh yeah, give me 1 second. That's due to some upstairs sounds. Let me try to silence them. But anyway, Shaniacs, you got the people who are the skeptics, and then the Bugaras, who are the people who are full believers. And in my opinion, I am in the camp of I am a believer, but I don't feel like videos on the internet do a good job of justifying what these experiences are. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, my microphone is just too good, I guess. Yes, I'm streaming. People can hear it. Alright, well, maybe do after I wrap up. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, so no, I just think it's fascinating because, like, I would say one of my guilty pleasures is for sure watching, like, those, like, top scary videos or whatever. I kind of see it as a game because it's like, okay, so let's see who can capture, I guess, the best footage if you think about it. I don't know. It's a fascinating thing because a lot of it has to do with, you know, the fact that we have access to so much technology now. Like, we have access to, you know, I can literally make a video on my phone and I'd be able to do like green screen and special effects on my phone. So I think that's the fascinating part. Like I said, I do believe in some of these things, but then it's like I'm watching these videos and I'm like, it's a little sus. My grandpa also believes in ghosts. He even has a video where it's completely pitch black. He's testing new paranormal. Oh no! It's my dog. Theo! Oh, it's a baby! There she is. It must be a ghost. Weird looking cat. I know, it's easy because it's like you just see her scurrying around. Ah, no. This is Willow. No, it's a horse. That's so funny. Oh my god. Thank you guys. So sorry. Apologies for the technical issues. Because I know how annoying that can be. Especially as jarring as that sound is. But yeah, I'm just gonna use my computer audio for a little bit, and yeah, I don't know. I will look into that, the purposes of the static, why it's doing that. So I'll make sure to do that because that's the only microphone I have. Don't go down. Hey, the baby. Go get your toy. All right. See. I don't know if y'all have heard about it, but I have the 100-day cough and it sucks. It's been 2 weeks since I got it. What's the 100-day cough? What is that? I'm sorry. That sounds terrible. Like, definitely doesn't sound very... It doesn't sound fun and fresh. Whooping cough. Oh. Interesting. cough is going around and starts with a fever, then a cough, and cough at least around 3 months. Jeez. I'm guessing, is it related to any like typical illness? I have to use an inhaler. Oh, because it makes me suffocate like I've been winded. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that does not sound... It sounds very inconvenient. That sounds extremely inconvenient. I'm guessing when you went to the doctors, they let you know. Let's see here. I hope y'all don't get it. It's been bad a few days, but still here. Yeah, like I said, inconvenient for sure. It's crazy how like you can almost take for granted like when you're feeling fine, and then it's not until like you have like a cold or a sore throat or the hiccups even. That's my issue. And then just be like, oh man, I miss being well. Well, I hope that you get better. And I hope that the inhaler or whatever other things you're using can ease your feelings. COVID flashbacks, yeah. When I have a headache, I can't stop thinking of times when I didn't have a headache. I know that's right. Worst part of it is musical Hamilton. I was supposed to go to the musical Hamilton on Wednesday. Made it all the way through the show. But when I got home, it came back. Yeah, that's probably 2 unforgettable experiences. Whooping cough and also the musical Hamilton. Yeah, and that is unfortunate sometimes when like you're doing so well and then out of nowhere your symptoms come back. You're like, no, I thought I was fine. This cough is making me think I'm taking breathing for granted. Yeah. I know. Or like whenever you get to that point where you're almost thinking, you like think about breathing. You're like, wait, that feels weird. I don't want to think about breathing. Ever heard of this trend called mewing? 20-day streak, going strong. Just like, oh yeah, 50-day streak. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the funny thing is, I have thoughts. And not all of the thoughts I feel like I want to say online. But that being said, if you think about the demographic of people on the internet who are participating in looks maxing, it is unfortunately people under the age of 18 or people who have yet to develop their frontal lobe. Now, that being said, everybody goes through this period of time where you're like hyper analyzing how you look, unfortunately. So it was just so fascinating because take all of those things we went through with like puberty and like, you know, being self-conscious about how we look, but then put that like front and center on the internet, and then you have things like mewing, and I'm like, what? And also, first of all, mewing has existed forever, because think about this. When you take a photo, if you want to look good in the photo, what do? Take that, put it to the top, and then you take a photo. Mewing is literally how you pose for pictures. It doesn't actually do anything. Like, it's not gonna do anything for your mouth or your jaw. I'm like, I think these people just have really good Facetune apps. Okay, everybody just started talking all of a sudden. See, it doesn't work, by the way. Just found it funny that when it was first described to me, I instinctively tried to do it. Everyone has their own Roman Empire. Neurodivergent minors. The thing I don't like is the fact that many children are buying hundreds of dollars worth of skincare and makeup. The things they don't realize is starting that young age makes your skin worse later. Right. I saw this one TikTok. They were like, 10-year-old, why is this retinol burning my face? Sephora employee, because it's literally not made for your face, because your face is still growing. You're like 12. Why are you buying $200 worth of skincare? I'm sure if I went back in time, I would have been considered neurodivergent minor. That's so funny. Yeah, no, so like, when you're like taking pictures, if you want to have really nice flattering jawline, get rid of the chin, do the mew, and then take the picture. Boom. I did witness, so I didn't witness for a 10-year-old in like the extreme, like horrendous way, but I will say that I saw this little girl and her mom in Sephora, and she had like a whole basket full of stuff, and I'm like, my parents were not getting me makeup when I was that age. I think the earliest I was in Sephora, I got lip gloss. We're gonna grow up to be those when I was your age adults. I fear already am. I know, right? I regret nothing. Let's see, now let's ride this wheelchair off into a ski ramp. The urge to say when I was your age, I played with the Monster High dolls and Barbies is taking over my being. The most I wore was chapstick and heavy eyeliner. Yeah, like even when I got into high school, I think none of us were good at makeup. So it's just a different world. I feel for them. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when we were growing up, we had our own struggles and issues, I'm sure. But I just feel like they weren't amplified to this degree now that, like, you know, everybody, as soon as you are born, they put a cell phone in your hand. Or an iPad, should I say. These darn kids. When I was your age, I wasn't constantly looking for screens to interact with. Yeah. I don't even wear makeup now. I've never in my life worn it apart from my prom. I remember it was around the time of the panoramic. And oh my gosh, we really thought that the makeup industry was gonna tank. Like, we were like, it's a new era, yes to skincare, no to high price makeup palettes. Man, and then soon as the doors open back up, I'm just right back to it. I will say, I pretty much have my usual routine. I don't buy any excessive stuff. Like, I want to say, I hope my makeup palette isn't expired, but I have had it for a long time. You know, it's like, and I get it, like, you know, do what makes you happy. Feeling good means looking good. I can agree with that. But it's just, in this economy, let's see. I work with kids and interact with them a lot. I will say these newer generations are something. The most makeup I wear is nail polish. Yeah, nails gotta look good. Let's see. I use moisturizer and sunscreen. Mine is for sure expired, yeah. I think my makeup palette was like when Mophie was like still a thing. What even happens when you use expired makeup? Mochi, how goes it? That neck thick. Yeah, the neck has to be thick to hold the giant head that's gonna go on it. Irritates your skin. Pretty sure it's just really bad for your skin. Could cause a rash. Yeah, I think thickums. So yeah, I think that is true. I mean, so if it's expired, like foundation, like the stuff you paint onto your face to basically, you know, change your skin color practically, that can definitely irritate your skin. I think with eyeshadow, the eyeshadow would probably build him like Toji. I mean, practically. I mean, I'm drawing this big boy. So the eyeshadow, I think you can kind of get away with it, but it all matters how you take care of it though. Like, you don't want your stuff, you know, out and about, exposed to the elements. So I think if it is, then that's where you have your problems. But I will never understand those vintage lifestyle influencers that buy 200-year-old makeup lipstick and willingly use it? Wait, what? Ugh. Oh, that just gave me the ick. Wait, so they seek out old school stuff and they put it on? Oh no. Ugh. Brother, ugh. That is wild. I mean, you might as well go rub your face on like a museum exhibit that's has mold, some mysterious fungi that has yet to be discovered. The F am I buying vintage makeup for? Yeah, 200-year-old part is exaggerated, but there are TikTokers that have bought lipstick from the 70s and 80s and use it. Okay, the only way that I can say makes sense for that is if the only way that makes of course it's TikTokers, of course. The only way that makes sense is if it is perfectly sealed. I'm talking manufactured, wrap sealed, and never sold. That's the only way. It's for the aesthetic. So yeah, that I can give a little bit more leeway to, but that's still gotta be like, yeah, that still has to be like. Worst part is she looks like Marilyn Monroe, but claims she isn't trying to. Dresses like her, speaks like her, even to her own beauty mark. Lives in her old house, but no, she's not trying to be like her. Wow. She said, "I feel the presence of Marilyn Monroe in this place." Like, that's wild. Yeah, no thank you. That is a no for me. The lifestyle chose her. That's like that Marilyn Monroe movie that came out, and then the actress who played Marilyn Monroe was literally like, yeah, Marilyn Monroe haunts me. That is what the actress said. She's like, yeah, the spirit of Marilyn Monroe, she haunts me. She kind of guides me in my direction on playing the role. Like, dang. More power to ya. She reminds me of Taylor Swift, of the Taylor Swift girl that literally hired fake security guards just so people would try to get her attention, etc. Claims she wasn't trying to look like Taylor. Yeah, anybody will try to get fame somehow. Hopefully she doesn't guide her into barbiturate overdose. Is that what Marilyn Monroe passed away from? Or unalived from? You can say passed away. It's fine. Oh, baby. What did you do? Why you being so pitiful? She's like, I just want my mommy. She died from sleeping pills. Oh, okay. She never did anything like that until someone said she looked like Taylor. Yeah, at that point, you might as well just be like a celebrity lookalike. Just make that be your claim to fame and call it a day. It is 8:06. I'm gonna take a quick break just to tend to the girly. See, it reminds me of when there was a dude who faked being in the Ellen DeGeneres show. It was obviously fake, but he was bizarrely trying to make an effort to make it real. Dang. Yes, so I will be RB. Hope you got your snack. Hope you got your libations. I'm just looking at the chat. I think people who try to emulate celebrities have some deep-rooted issues that they need resolved. I feel bad for them, but it's concerning how frequent it's been happening. Taylor Swift girl got people mad at her for telling her to stop trying, or got mad for telling her to stop trying to be Taylor. Claimed she wasn't. If you're on the internet, you have some type of hyper awareness of how you're perceived. Being somebody who puts themselves on the internet. That's so funny. Yeah, that's interesting. I think, I don't know. I also don't think I would be a person who would hire a celebrity impersonator. I'm not gonna lie. It gives me, it's kind of, there's something cringy about it. Now, here's the thing. I can't say I am fully out of that realm. Because here's the thing. Pretending to be real life people, pretending to be fictional people, on the other hand, maybe I'm biased. And if you personally know me, you would know my bias on impersonating fictional characters. I mean, because that's what cosplay is, obviously. You think they're not much different? I might have to disagree with you there. I'd love to hear your stance on that, Locke. And then that will tell me how much personal details I'll divulge. The only difference is that the point of reference is either real or not. Don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like I said, people can do whatever they want with their looks. Well, no, I will say this. If I were a celebrity, I personally wouldn't want people trying to look like me or make me their entire identity. Yes, I agree with, I agree with both of you. It is weird. It's kind of like the most I would want to look like someone is if I were walking down the street and someone says, hey, you kind of look like so-and-so. That's the extent. I think that is the extent that we should go. I think it's also different with, like, when you apply it to, like, the girl who, you know, has a passing resemblance of Taylor Swift. You have to also kind of read the room. Taylor Swift is extremely on top of her game right now. She's probably one of the most famous people currently in terms of, like, popularity. So it's almost like if you want to pretend to be unaware, it's impossible, and people would immediately call you on that stuff. I think there is a difference. Dressing up as a character or person for cosplay purposes is one thing, and impersonating is a whole different thing. Unless they hire you or pay you to do, I get it. Because I can dress up as Billie Eilish right now, but I'm still me, just in costume. Is there an issue if Taylor Swift girl continues to emulate them? Legit question, I'm out of the loop. So, if you're out of the loop, I guess a little bit of background. So the female who is like dressing up and starting, because you can kind of see her progress, right? So like immediately when she gets online, people are saying, oh, she looked kind of like Taylor Swift, like, you know, like passing resemblance. But, and I saw this because somebody, I think commentary channel kind of touched on it, where each video you kind of start to see that she is now, you know, wearing the same type of like cardigans as Taylor. She's like, you know, doing TikToks with Taylor's song being used on them, etc. And then I think it was maybe Spectrum who mentioned it, how Taylor then see, I'm over here making confusions. But then she even decides that, I think there was also some drama when it came down to her claiming she was going to be at an event that Taylor was going to be at. I think she actually said that she was going to meet her. And then a bunch of people were like questioning the legitimacy of that or something. I don't know. Too much stuff happens. So the looks aren't the problem per se, it's more about the mental state. It's probably not that deep. Everyone needs a hobby. In my view, it's a domino effect. Once they get the attention, they'll start to like it and want more, so they add more to themselves to gain more. Keeps going, and they don't realize. Yeah, like, I mean, if you were to kind of just do a generic search on Google or something, you would probably run into some of the things that have transpired. And then, yes, to the point where she decides to hire security, and she goes to a very public place. Like, I'm talking like a shopping mall or somewhere very public. And you got this girl who's dressed similarly to Taylor Swift, even has her blonde hair in a similar cut. I think it was maybe a bob at the time, similar makeup, etc. She hires security guards. And now, first of all, Taylor Swift herself, she could be going to a Panera Bread and she's gonna cause a lot of ruckus. Like, she's definitely going to have a lot of people with their eyes on her. So take that same amount of chaos and apply it to someone who is only pretending to be her. I guess you can kind of consider that to be a bit of a public hazard, perhaps. Yeah, but you can say that about anything other than celebrity impersonators. It's just the nature of clout. I mean, there was what is it called? A streamer who was doing a meet and greet, and he definitely got some, what do you call them? The fire codes? when they're like, hey, this isn't, there are too many people here, or something like that. Yeah, it's hard to understand for me. I won't stop them from doing what they're doing, but for me, it's just confusing. Yeah, as an outsider, I think it sounds fun. Not something I do, though. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think that whole situation just kind of personally gives me anxiety. I don't think that, it's kind of like all of the fame with none of the work. Because it's like all of a sudden you've got all these people crowded around you, and the only thing that you've like accomplished is having passing resemblance to a celebrity. But yeah, that is something that is among the many hijinks of online personalities. Oh, I forgot to, something completely that I forgot to put on here. It's unfair to say trying to look like someone takes no effort. Let's see. And did y'all see that TikTok might be actually banned? That old gem. Let's see. So I did get like a notification, and I thought that was so odd because I've never I think that's why it's such an interesting issue, because I don't think TikTok's ever gone as far as to like send a notification out regarding that. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen. They probably won't ban it. If they did, they would get riots. Well, because apparently in trying to get people to like call their representatives, they're basically like, yeah, call your representatives and tell them why you really love TikTok and what TikTok means for you, blah 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 blah. Honestly, I am a consumer of TikTok for sure. I feel like I've curated my algorithm in a way that I get exactly the content that I want to see. So I don't really dive into those other realms of TikTok. They don't really cross over to me. But I feel like if TikTok was taken away tomorrow, I don't think that would be a bad thing. Let's see. If riots happen, humanity is already lost. People foaming at the mouth, having withdrawals. I think people will just move on to the next platform. Yeah, because that's the other thing. If you think about it, Instagram, or Meta, basically, because Facebook bought Instagram and then they both turned into Meta. They basically just adopt any new form of technology that other apps have. So Instagram stole the 24-hour story from Snapchat. Now Instagram has Reels, which is practically just, TikToks. So I feel like if TikTok was banned, we would just still have Instagram and just have whatever version of TikTok is on there. Most ridiculous thing I've seen is that one of the guys on the stand continuously asking the creator of TikTok if he's Chinese and claiming his. Yeah, that was a little... Yeah, that was very hard to watch. That was not... Because now you guys are, these congressmen or whomever, now they're turning into like, kind of like a international security threat. Which I don't know the extent of that. I don't get paid the bucks to understand. Same, I'm a consumer of TikTok. I love me hot garbage. Even though he said it 5 times, he isn't. I think Congress, in the face of TikTok CEO, is kind of incompetent. Is it true that TikTok can access the... I know, that was like... Don't you hate that we've gotten to a point where these different like current event things are the audacity? It's like you would think that this was like an SNL sketch, but it's not, it's real life. I'm like, oh no. We've officially fallen. We've fallen and we can't get up. Some people will be rocking back and forth in the corner of the room, repeating TikTok sounds over and over again. Spectrum, you act like we don't already. Yes, TikTok does have access to the internet. Need access to the internet. They're acting like like other social media don't save data from users. Exactly. TikTok is the big target. Yeah, so I don't know. I guess anytime, I think America gets really uneasy whenever an app of such magnitude, of like such a huge user base, has access to, our data. Which, I mean, if you're thinking about security and, you know, protecting the information of the users in your country. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, if that's the case, then you should just negotiate to strengthen the privacy abilities. Like, and I know for a fact Congress will probably target, here's how you get TikTok officially off the grid. You target the app stores. So the Congress basically will be like, hey Apple, hey Google Play Store, if you guys continue to host TikTok, you're going to get fined by us. That's really what it's going to boil down to. If they get fined, then, you know, whatever. They'll just be like, well, I guess we just won't. But then TikTok can, you know, still be hosted straight to the device. Now, I'm pretty sure Android and Samsung users can download apps direct from the internet onto a device. I don't know if Apple can. Like, I don't think I've ever downloaded an app from a website onto my phone. I think I always have to go through the App Store. VPN's hiding in the background. Oh man. And the VPNs are like, what? What are you talking about? What? No, we didn't do anything. That's funny. Yes, I don't know. Oh, what's the dialogue in this one? Which, I don't know, I don't really feel like I know too much about VPNs. I find it interesting that every VPN sponsorship or ad, their first go-to is always like, oh, you can watch Canadian Netflix from your home, from America or whatever. Apple can do it technically, but there's some extra steps. I always thought that it was funny the way to market VPNs, yeah. Just wait until Congress finds VPN and then they'll claim they're stalking people. Especially considering it's actually against terms of service. I don't know. Oh, what the heck? There's already been a steer for VPNs and TOR. They were claimed as software used to commit cybercrimes. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. Yeah, like I think the whole like protect yourself in public Wi-Fi angle is definitely a grab. You know what I had the thought of though? And if somebody takes this idea and runs with it, go ahead. Well, I feel like all of these tech innovators are trying to come out with like advances in AI, but whoever comes out with a really good fail-safe or firewall for protecting people against, you know, deep fakes or against impersonations, or whoever creates like a really, really secure privacy feature for people, like in their information and their data, that is like the big bucks. Is it true that your VPN service allows people to virtually illegally immigrate to different countries? The government does not have your best interests in mind as human beings. Listen, their best interests is only our best interest when it's their best interest. No, our best interest is their best interest when it is their best interest. Or something like that. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say. Which, you know, they've probably had our information when we were all making MySpaces without our parents knowing. I'm pretty sure. Which I did that, and my parents knew all along, because I was really bad at keeping secrets. Or I just wasn't really good at hiding my search history. Or no, I think... How did they find it? I think it had to do with, that's what it is, when you like type in and the search bar auto-populates, and then it shows like what searches or what links come through according to that search. So my favorite meme so far, IKEA mocking the towel skirt Balenciaga made. Huh? I'm sorry, Spectrum, you like broke my brain with that sentence. My favorite meme so far is IKEA mocking the towel skirt. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. Okay, I had to digest that. I was like, is this some new like Wendy's style fast food beef? I get what you're saying now. Oh my gosh, I had to like read that twice. My parents got mad when I deleted all my social media because they were like, how are we going to keep up with you and communicate? You can call me on my phone. Wow. Lark. You know what? Back to basics. I mean, what? You don't let social media enable you to just lurk on people like a normal person? That's funny though. Yeah, I don't disagree. I think social media can benefit and also be detrimental sometimes, but at this point I don't think I knew where I was going with that sentence. I think it's the real reality. Because you're right, like, some information you can't get from social media. Sometimes you gotta have a conversation with somebody to find out all the details, to find out how they're doing, blah, blah, blah. People wonder how other people know so much about them when they post their entire lives on the internet. Most convenient thing that has ever happened is I sprained my wrist after jumping across a stream. hitting it off a rock. Don't ask why, I was an idiot. When walking back to the bridge, I met a nurse who was on her break. Would they patch you up? Ow! That is convenient. She told me to use my hoodie as a sling. Oh, until I got to the hospital. That's cool. I got ice cream on the way back. Nice. I've only been on crutches from a minor sprain. And then I guess I didn't break, but like my pinky definitely is not like straight as my other pinky. But I was in cheerleading. Surprise. I was only cheerleading for like 1 year. But we were in the gym, and it was like right before leading up to, I guess, us doing practice. And when I was practicing, or when we were just hanging out, we found a basketball, and so we were like throwing around the basketball. And when you toss and catch a basketball, you're supposed to catch it like this. Well, I had my hands faced forward. You can tell why I was not a basketball player. And so it bounced up, and then it basically ran like into my pinky. And my hand hurt, I was in pain, whatever. And like the sports athletic physician, whatever you want to call them, he looked at it and he was like, "Oh, you're fine." Okay, yeah, tell me why when I got home my whole hand, or whole side of my hand, was swollen. And we went to the ER, and they were like, "Yeah, you fractured your pinky." And so then I had to have like one of those like braces on my hand. So yeah. My parents also did this thing where they started installing hidden cameras in front of my property, spotted those things and hid them away. Interesting. I guess they just really want to make sure their baby boy is safe, question mark. That seems, I hope I'm in my right to say this, Lark, but excessive, maybe? Definitely seems like an above and beyond approach to keeping an eye on you. Very interesting. Yeah, they were really excessive. The funniest injury I had was when I was 9, running home with ice cream in my hand. I tripped over nothing, landed face first on the ground. Oh no. My mother laughed at me, no, telling me, "At least your ice cream okay." Wow. I guess I'm really thinking on the brighter side. Wow. Yeah, I remember it was I want to say it was like take your daughter to work day, but with the job that my dad had, he could literally like take me to his job any day. But yeah, I was there and I had like tripped, and I don't know how I landed. I may have like turned when it happened, but I scraped my shoulder. And I think to this day, I still have, I don't think I can see it from here. Through this. I don't even remember which one it is, but on one of my shoulders, it was such a bad, like, injury, I guess you can call it. I had, like, it scabbed over and then healed, and I had that for a really long time. I'm gonna have to look and find it because I really haven't looked at it in a long time either, so it's why I made an effort to have my sister move out. It was not a good time. If that's how they were with the older son, imagine how they were with the younger sister. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Definitely, you know, you want to keep tabs, but you want to keep tabs in a way that's healthy. Funniest but scariest thing that my brother did was he was in a plastic box with wheels at the top of the stairs. Called us and said, "Mom, look what I can do." Pushed himself down the stairs, flipped like twice and landed still in the box. He wasn't hurt somehow. Wow, yeah. That is a miracle. And quite obviously, not safe. I mean, I want to say that's definitely a fun pastime. Typically in like a very slippery sleeping bag where you roll down the carpeted steps. Lots of fun. Carpeted steps, good. Wooden steps in an old house, bad. Speaking of injuries, I threw my back a few weeks ago trying to lift a bucket. I felt a snap. Oh, there was no immediate pain, but I thought, oh, something's wrong. Yeah, just maybe. And then I couldn't move for a whole week. Okay, y'all need to like go everywhere with padding, or stop lifting things, because you're gonna hurt yourself. Yeah, quit. Don't even lift a finger. No, I'm kidding. That's wild. Yeah, that would definitely be an issue. I had like a really weird, and it flares up every now and then, and I'm not sure why, but like my left foot, it was like literally a whole month after my birthday, and I'm like, my foot hurts when I walk. I don't know why, but I'm trying to be more mobile, so it was when I realized my age was catching up to me. Listen, it's less about us getting old. The fact of the matter is, the older you get, you just start realizing and recognizing that our bodies are like doing stuff that we didn't let them. Our bodies are doing things without our permission. So yeah. I used to hate my head teacher at school. I used to have bad knee problems to the point that I started crying when walking home or collapsing sometimes, and I collapsed during gym once and had to get wheeled back to the office, sent home, and the next day I had to sit down on my way to class. Head teacher tells me to get to class. I explain I can't and that I don't want to collapse again, but he tells me you can sit when you get there. Huh? No, I need to sit the whole time. You should have collapsed in front of him and then be like just crying in pain in front of him, and everybody's like looking at him like, what did you do? Human beings are really fragile. How dare my back hurt? That reminds me, did you hear the news about... Yes! Yes. Akira Toriyama, rest in peace. That reminds me, wow. A true creator, yes, very, very important legacy. He used to send girls out of his office crying because he screamed at them for some reason. Yeah, you probably just shouldn't be working with children. Yeah, I definitely have seen a lot online. It's crazy because it's like that's such a big creator, a big like anime that's like, it's like that, Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. Those are like the top two reasons that many of us have gotten into anime specifically. He used to, okay, like how you hear it from the cafeteria, which isn't exactly directly outside of the room, but good walk away. Yeah. Yes, a legend. See, on another note, I've been watching a lot of Kamen Rider recently. Ooh. Let's see here. I'll have to look into that, Lark. If you have a video you want to share, I'm probably gonna wrap up soon. I think my most embarrassing school story, I mean, probably about 10 minutes. I was 9, a Columbia Ski kid. I had my jacket in my hand. Okay, Lark. Running to the cafeteria, I step on it and fall flat on my face in front of 20 people. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. We all have our things. And there are a lot of things that, for me, sometimes I get like this sudden spark of, oh, remember that one thing you were really into at one point? Or that one thing you hyper fixated on? And then sometimes it's just nice to like return to it, or like watch that one YouTube video that you would like have on repeat all the time. yeah, it can be a lot of fun comfort content. Let's see. But yeah, I've got a video I hope I can work on tomorrow. Expect a VOD. This will be out by this weekend. I think I'm overdue for a video. But this video, I have kind of like something that's like a project that's connected to the video. So I kind of need to like do it all to the best of my ability. That's the most I can say. But other than that, I think I'm overdue for a video. Probably gonna start working on some. I posted 2, and it was mentioned at the beginning of the stream. I am not posting an episode of Space Ultima this month, but that's to create a buffer. That way I have some breathing room when it comes down to releasing episodes. But I will be continuing to post content that has to do with Space Ultima, of course. So if you're not following me, Artsume _Shay, those are usually the things that you can find me on in social media. My eyes are like dry, so that's why I keep blinking. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Yeah, I've got things going on that I can't quite talk about. Little secrets. Looking forward to it. Thank you for the stream and good luck. Can't wait. Awesome. Well, you guys are the best and most awesomest as always. I hope that this was the best week it could be, and I really do hope that you guys have a great weekend. If you're doing something great, if you're chillaxing, relaxing, that's even better. I think this weekend for me is going to be a chillax weekend. Oh, and then she's getting a haircut, so we will reveal the haircut on stream next week. Talk to you later.